Hello, this is Moises Perez, aka Moilovito, and I would like to welcome you to this tutorial for Cinema 4D. This is a special tutorial, an exclusive tutorial for CG Touch Plus, where you can find lots of 3D tutorials and CG tutorials in general. I hope you can learn new things from this tutorial, and I hope you can apply them to your workflow, and I also hope you like it. Okay, so this is what we're going to be making today. We're going to be modeling a simple scene of some dumbbells, and later we are going to apply, we are going to use a V-Ray to light this scene, and it's going to be simple lighting, but it's going to be simple but effective. And then we are going to make some materials and textures for this scene, and after that we are going to jump into Photoshop to make a little bit of post-production for these particular shots. We're going to make 3 different shots for this scene, and the Photoshop part is going to be really quick, but I'm going to show you some basic techniques to improve your renders. So the programs we are going to be using today are Cinema 4D for the modeling part, and within Cinema 4D we are going to be using V-Ray for texturing and lighting, and as I said before, we're going to be using Photoshop for a little bit of post-production. So I hope you like this tutorial, and I hope you can learn something new, and let's do it. Okay, so we are in Cinema 4D, and the first thing we have to do is changing the layout. So we just click the layout button and change from standard to modeling. That will give us access to all of the tools we need to edit our objects and our splines and faces. So we make a cylinder, and we change the radius to 7.5 and the height to 350. And we're going to decrease the rotation segments as well. We're going to let's select 12, and let's apply a hypernode to this object, and after that we're going to increase the height segments to 3, and also we go to the caps tab and increase the segments to 3, so we can extrude the inner polygons. Okay, so we just go to select these polygons. We just make editable the cylinder pressing C, and we make the polygons editable, and we select the polygons in the middle, and we press letter D to bring our extrude tool, and we're going to be making some extrusions here. So the first one is going to be with an offset of minus 0.1, I'm sorry, minus 0.2, and the second one is going to be for minus 1, and a third one is going to be of minus 0.2. So that will give us that inner hole that is in the middle of the object. And we have to do the same thing for the bottom part of this cylinder. So we go back again and select the polygons in the middle, and pressing letter D will bring the extrude tool again, and we just did the same extrusions we did before. So let's try to keep this simple and not making too many polygons, and so we still have so we have a clean clean object with just enough faces, just enough polygons. So we're going to rename these to handlebar so we know which object is which. And let's make a helix now and change the plane to XZ so it is horizontal, and let's decrease the end radius to 7.5, which is the radius, and also the start radius, which is the radius that our cylinder has. So we have to take them down. And also we're going to change the height to 345 to give us some free space at the top and at the bottom of the cylinder. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we want to have more rotation to that helix. So I would like to have it like rotating like 60 times. So we have to change the end angle to, we have to multiply 360 degrees times 60, which is going to give us the value we need, which is 21,600. So we just write that down, 21,600, and put it into the end angle, and that is going to make this helix rotating 60 times around the cylinder. Okay, so we're going to also give it some more subdivisions, so we'll change subdivisions to 300. Okay, so it doesn't look too squared and too like the lines are too straight. It looks more round. So let's make a rectangle now, and we're going to decrease the size of this rectangle. So pressing letter T will bring the scale tool, and we just scale it down. We are going to make the object editable, and pressing letter C and selecting the polygons and pressing letter T again to get to the deformation tools, and we just make a really big square, and we're going to apply a sweep NURBS, and we're going to take both of these planes we just made into these sweep NURBS. And it's looking a little bit messy right now because we have to change one value in the sweep NURBS. So we go to the sweep NURBS, select it, and we go to the object tab, and we are going to be changing the end rotation. As you can see, now when we increase the end rotation angle, the object is getting like taking the shape we want. Okay, I am sure there is a rule for this, to find the angle. I really don't know which rule is that, but we're just increasing the angle a little bit by a little bit, so we can stop just when we are good with the result. Okay, I think I'm going to increase it a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, maybe just some adjustments there. I think it's looking good. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to go back to the this spline, the square, and we are going to now we're going to change the size. So we have the size we need. So scale it down horizontally and scale it up vertically, so you can get something like what you're seeing. That looks good. I think that this handlebar is just ready. And let's just change the names of the object, so we know all the time which object we are looking at. Okay, so let's select these two objects and press Alt G if you're in Windows, or Option G if you're in Mac, and that will group all the elements we have selected into a null object. So let's just rename the object to handlebar or something like that. Okay, so let's make now a tube to make the weight for this scene, and let's decrease the inner radius to 7.5, 7.8, no, I think around 9. Yeah, 9 would do it. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so we have to make some other adjustments to this object. So let's see how it looks. It's looking good. Okay, so let's change the rotation segments. Let's make it like around 16, and let's decrease the height to maybe 20. Yeah, 20 looks good. Okay, so we also have to change the outer radio, because I don't think you can lift that much weight. So let's decrease it to maybe 75, 80, 80. I think we're gonna keep it with 80. And we also have to, let's hide this handlebar so it doesn't get into our way. And we apply a new hypernerves to this tube, and as you can see, it looks like it is not affecting the tube at all, but that is because there are too many I'm sorry, there are some points that are too close together, and that's what is making this this tube looking like the hypernerves is not affecting it, even when we press letter C and make the object editable. So what we have to do is go into the points selection and select all of the points, and we are going to go to our functions menu, and we are going to select the optimize, and using this tool, we'll setting it to 0.1, we'll merge all the points that are too close together. So now we have what we wanted, like that donut looking shape, which is what we need for this particular object. So we press letter V, and with the tab you can jump from the points to the splines and the faces editors. So just go to the splines editor and select the ring selection and make that selection, and select the edge cut tool, and with an offset of around 90 or 95%, just subdivide those polygons, and do the same thing for the bottom of the object, just selecting and applying the edge cut tool. Okay, and we are going to do the same thing again, but now for the inner radius. So we just applied a 5% offset I mean a 5% edge cutting to the object. So now we have the shape we want, almost, and yeah, okay. So now what we can do is just making a new ring selection and select all of those splines around the tube, and using the edge cut tool we're going to cut in the middle of those edges, and we're going to use the loop selection again and select the new splines that are in the middle that we just created, and we're going to press the letter D to get the scaling tool, and just scale those new splines. So we have this rounded area, and it doesn't look too like a tube. Okay, let's give it some more roundness. Okay, that looks good. So now we're going to change to the polygons editor, and we're going to select all of the polygons in the middle with the selection, the ring selection. I'm sorry, the splines. Let's make using the edge cut. Let's make new cut of level 2 subdivision, level 2, and an offset of 50%. And now we're going to take one of the rings of points, the outside one, and we just have to make sure that the only select the visible elements is turned off. And now okay, let's make sure that all of those points are selected, and once we have selected all those polygons, we can just increase the radius of that ring, and we have to go to the right side view to decrease the height, because we don't want it to be bigger or taller. And now we are going to go to the polygon selection, and we're going to use the loop selection, I'm sorry, the ring selection, and we are going to make some pressing the letter D. We're going to bring the extrude tool, and we're going to make some extrusions. So the first one is going to be around minus 0.5, and we have to make a second one for minus 1, maybe a little bit more, maybe minus 2. Yeah, I think minus 2. And yeah, let's see how it looks. Okay, so pressing the letter Q, you can turn on and off the hypernerves when you have an object selected. So pressing Q, you will either turn on or off the hypernerves effect. So yeah, let's make some adjustments, and after that we're going to do the same thing to the bottom part of this object, just selecting all of the polygons of that ring and make some extrusions. with the same values that we use for the extrusion that we did on the other side. Okay, so now we have the weight, the basic shape, and yeah, we can continue now with the rest of the modeling. Let's turn on the visibility of the handlebar to see how it interacts with the weight. Okay, so let's turn off the visibility for the handlebar layer, and after that we have to make a new text for the weight, and we are just going to write down CGTATs. And we have to apply an extrude north to it, and we just take it inside. And we have to go to the scale tool and scale this object down so it fits the size of the weight, and pressing the letter R we get to our rotation tool, and we have to rotate it so it is like laying on the floor. We have to change the rotation angle to minus 90 degrees. We're just positioning the object to where we need it and rotating it so it is the way we want it. I think we have to scale it down again, but first let's go to the caps tab and select the fill cap option, and let's increment the steps to 3, and let's also change the radius to around 0.8 or 0.85. That looks good. Okay, now we're going to make a wrap to deform these letters, and we have to position it so the small circle it's in the middle of the weight. We just scale it down a little bit more and reposition it to where we need it. And after that we're going to take those two new objects and place them into a new object. So we just select them and we make a new null object and rename it to CGTAT, and we take both the elements and put them inside. That way the text is going to be modified by the wrap deformation tool. Now we just have to move things around so it is the way we need it to be. We want it to be around the that circle. So I think I will have to take it out and move it. I'm gonna take it out and move it to the left side and place it back inside. Now it is the way we want it, but we still have to make some small adjustments to it. So we just position it where we need it to be. Okay, so I'm just gonna place it to the correct position, and maybe I'll have to scale it down again a little bit more. And let's make the other fill cap and with the same values that we use for the other one, which is number of steps 3 and the radius to 0.85. It looks good, but I'll have to scale it down. So we just press the letter T and scale down that object, and just tweak things around until you get what you need. And we are going now. I think it's okay. So we just hide the wrap tool deformation, but it's still affecting the text. So now we just duplicate that object we just made, CG touch, and rotate it so we have the same text on both sides. And I think I'm going to make it even smaller. Just reposition it. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it again, and pressing letter R or select the rotation tool and just rotate it 180 degrees. So we have it in both sides. And I'm gonna just select that the text, and I'm gonna copy it and paste it, and change the text to number 5, and just rotate it so it is the way we need it. Maybe I'll scale it up so it looks bigger. So press the letter T to get the scaling tool, and scale it up and position it in the correct way. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this number 5, and first I have to change the rotation angle, and I'm going to put it in the center of the cylinder. So when we rotate it, it will rotate around the same circle, and we just have to duplicate it and rotate it so we have the same in the other side. Okay, now it's ready to be so we are going to make a new null object and rename it to text or something like that, and we're going to take all of these four layers and we are going to put them inside that new null object, so we can duplicate that new object and rotate it so it is on the other side of this cylinder, and we have the text in both sides, up and down. Okay, I think it's ready. Let's just make a new null object and rename it to weight or something like that, and placed, and we're going to put all of the elements of this weight inside of that object so we can move things easier. So we're just gonna name it weight 5. Okay, and we're going to make a small render, preview render, just to make sure that it looks good. And it does look good. So let's see the other side and make another render. And yeah, it looks like it's ready to move on to the next part. Okay, so now let's make a copy of the weight, and we just are going to rename it to weight 2.5, and we're going to hide the handlebar again. And now we have to move this new copy, and selecting the scaling tool, we're going to scale it down, and checking and repositioning, and we're going to scale it vertically as well. Okay, and now we have to make the hole in the middle, we have to make it a little bit bigger so it is the same size as the other one, for the other weights. So we have to go to the tube that we made at the beginning, and we select all of the points that are in the middle, and we just scale all those points so they are the same size as the other ones from the other weight. And we have to go to the side view and scale things vertically so they keep so we keep the same height, and we just check things out. So when we are sure that the object is okay, we just have to make another copy of that same object, and we're going to reposition that copy and scale it down as well, and we are going to do the same thing, but this time we have to rename this to 1.25, which is the new weight, and we have to do the same thing, just taking the tube, the inner uh, ring, and we have to adjust it so it is the same size as the other ones. And also we go back to the right side view, and we reposition those points so we get the same effect that we did before. Okay, so we are now just checking that all of the objects look good, and that they are the way we want them to be. And after that we have to change the names, the numbers for those objects. Okay, so now let's select the text and change that 5 for the 1.25 that we need. And it is not showing up because it's the bottom side of that weight. So now when we go to the other side, we can see that the change was made, and we have to scale that number, and we're going to change it to maybe to 15. Maybe to 14, and we just have to reposition that object so it is in the middle. And we have to do the same thing for the other numbers. So we just take that other text and we do the same thing. We change it to 1.25, and we have to scale it down as well. We are going to do the same thing. We're just going to change the height to 14 and reposition that object. And after that we have to do the same thing for the other side of the cylinder. We are going to basically just do the same thing over and over again for all of the numbers on the other way, and we're just going to change the name, the text, and also reposition and scale down the object. So we just have to continue doing this until we have all of the numbers done. I think this one is I think that this one is ready. So we just have to hide the visibility of this object and select the next one, and we are going to turn on the visibility and start doing all the changes. So we have to, for this one, we have to take that 5 and make it a 2.5. We're going to also scale it down as we did with the other numbers and the other weight, and we just have to reposition the object. Okay, so we're almost done. We just need to do one more. So we take the last one and make it 2.5 and changing the height to 20 and reposition that 2.5, and we are ready. We just turned the visibility of the other objects on, so we can see all of these weights all together, and they look ready. So we have finished modeling the weight on the handlebar. So we have to put all of these weights in one null object. So we make a new null object and we just rename it to weight, and we take the 3 weights and put them inside, and we're just going to name it to weight 01, and we are going to duplicate that group and rename it to weight 02. When we have all of these 2 groups, we are going to rotate one of them 180 degrees. So we have now the 2 different groups, and we are going to move them. So one is on the upper side and the other is on the bottom. So we are just going to take it to minus 80 and the other to 80, and so now we have the 2 different groups for the weights, and we're just going to make some quick renders to check that it looks good. And we're just checking how it looks.